Hello, beautiful souls. Happy New Year. Welcome to your weekly reading for January 1st through 7th. Because this is a general reading, whenever this shows up for you, there is a message in it for you. If any of these terms mean something specific, take it as an affirmation for yourself. But let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on for us all this week as we begin the new year. Our current energy, we have the clef note here, which is really setting the tone. You have the power, and the energy you're projecting out is that you're setting the tone for those around you, for your life, for the situations you're going through. You have and hold that power. You also have your guardian angels. They are looking out for you. And that also demonstrates to me the message is like a connection to your angels. So keep on doing that. That's amazing. We have the snake, which appeared in actually Sunday's reading, which is about transformation, change, shedding those old things that no longer serve you as you move forward. We also have the Leo energy and your current energy and your inner self. So not only what you're projecting out to others, but how you feel about yourself too. And that Leo energy is a lot about that radiant, powerful action, motivation, all of that stuff. Leos are really, really strong energies, right? So that's a really good thing to be projecting out, that powerful action, motion, creation. You're in that space right now, which is beautiful. And that's also how you feel about yourself. You're going through a lot of changes right now, and you're taking a lot of actions to create the changes you want to see in your life. We also have the adorned elephant, which is backwards in this reading. So what that's saying to me, the message here is that the adorned elephant is a sign of good luck, power, wisdom, fertility. You're not seeing your inner wisdom. You're looking outwards for that. Make sure that you trust your intuition, you follow it. You have a lot of messages and there is a lot of inner wisdom. Be sure to stop doubting yourself. You've really got the strength and power to move forward in the direction that you want to go. Others involved, we have a fish here. So he is a lot about forward moving, like I just keep getting this, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. So there's somebody who is in your life, whether it's a partner, relationship, romantically, friendship, family members, whatever, who's just kind of like going with the flow. Not really trying to make any big changes. They're just going with wherever life is taking them. However, there's also this energy of the moth, which, much like the butterfly, is about transformation. The message here is that you're not at the final stage. Death is not the end. So if things are coming to an end for some of you, that does not mean it's the end of all things, right? There's a lot of potential for other people to come into your life, or even within that relationship. It doesn't mean that things have to end completely. It could just be, this is a time for transformation and change. So even if things are ending in one way, there's room for transformation into something different in your relationship. What you want to look out for, we have this star and it says made just for you. I don't know if you can really see that very well. The message for that is, everything you do isn't just for you. It's also for the greatest good of others and those around you. Your energy and what you put out impact those around you. Make sure that the actions you're taking aren't just something that serves yourself. There's importance of self-care and all of that stuff. Like, absolutely. I'm not saying don't do any of those things, right? But also be mindful of how your actions impact others. Don't get so self-absorbed that the only actions you take are self-serving. There are others around that your actions, thoughts, feelings, communications all impact. And then we have the crown as other things to avoid. So what Spirit is saying here is, don't get too caught up in the power and the influence and all of that. Really humble yourself through this process. We have some contributing factors here. We have a spider web, but he's upside down. So what I'm hearing for contributing factors is you've kind of lost sight of the bigger picture and you're focusing so much on the details of how, when, why, where, what. You need to let that go. That some of those things are important, as you're getting started in your journey. But you also need to, I'm sorry, I think I kind of said that backwards. So the spider right side up is about looking at those details. Right. Okay, so I was on the right path. Sorry. So don't get caught up in those details. Creator, spirit, however you want to label them, will take care of the details. Right now, you're being called to like step back and look at your future goal, your big vision, where you're headed in life, and don't get too caught up in how that all is going to come out, because oftentimes, like we'll get to with this card, the way you think it's supposed to happen is not going to happen anyway. And then we also have the Gemini and contributing factors. So Gemini is that the energy of like duality, polarity. Make sure that you're finding balance in your life, not only within partnerships, but also where you're spending your energy, where you're spending your time. Make sure that you're not so focused in one area that you lose sight of everything else. Actions to take. There is some, we have the Grim Reaper, so there is some death. There is some things that you need to let go of. They're not serving you anymore. Issues at hand, we have intuitive, and when this fell out, it was kind of like upside down, sideways. I turned it so I could see it better. So the issue at hand here is that you have this intuition, you have this inner knowing, and you're not following it. Make sure you take time, meditate, do yoga, go on walks, whatever it is, to ground yourself and recenter and be able to get into tune with your intuitive side. Make sure you're doing that. We also have the buck here, which is a beautiful symbol of power, leadership. However, part of the issue at hand, I'm hearing, is that you're taking on too much power, too much leadership. You're trying to control too much of those details. So follow your intuition and let go of some of that control and leadership again. However, there is that beautiful protective nature. So like once you're able to kind of do that, take a step back, let things be the way they are, you'll also naturally come into these caretaking roles, leadership roles that you're meant to be in. It's not going to be forced. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy there. And then we also have this owl in the resolution, which is all about following your inner wisdom, knowing where you're headed, take flight. That's really there to support you in your journey. And then I like how the Hello Kitty, we've got a little Hello Kitty that came out right in the center of your reading. That kind of encaptures sort of the essence of what Spirit wants you to know, and that is to not take things quite so seriously. There's a time to be serious and pay attention to those details and how, when, what, where, all of that, to set the tone for things. And there's also a time for like letting go, connecting with your angels, following your intuition, all of those things that sorry, I don't know if you just heard that. My roommate's shower thing just fell over. But you're being called this, as a general weekly energy, to let go of some of those callings on like that control piece and really just have some fun this week. And our card this week is the meandering pathway, flow. So really you're being called as, we all want the straight path to our goals. However, that's not often how it happens, right? There's a lot of twists and turns. Trust where you're being led. Go with the flow. You are being led into the direction, and the wizard has the staff with the light. You have the intuition, the inner knowing to know that this meandering pathway through the twists and turns, even though it doesn't happen exactly how you expect, with that guiding light, with your angels, with your spirit guides, all of that, you are headed in the right direction. So that is your message for this week. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. If this reading resonates with you, hit that like button, comment below. I'd love to hear how any of this is playing out for you. Drop me a star to claim this energy. Below in the links are for my other social media outlets, as well as a link to my Etsy page to book a personal reading if this aligns with you and you would like a personalized reading. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, y'all. Much love, much light. Namaste.